Welcome back to the second screen. I am here to talk about one of the best nights of WrestleMania I've ever seen. Um, it was an honor and a privilege to watch WrestleMania Night 2 after the dog water that was WrestleMania Night 1. I'm not even going to talk about Night 1. Not even going to dignify it with uh, with coverage. Even though I respect and love a lot of the performers from Night One. Shout out to Liv and Raquel. Excuse me, Liv and Stephanie Vicaire. Um, really wanted them. I thought that was going to be a match of the night, but it only went 7 minutes. Liv Morgan won the title. Happy for her. Shout out to Seth and Gunther. They had a good match. Other than that, I'm not even gonna talk about night one. Night two, though, Oba, Oba. They did it. They did it. They pulled the trigger, and I'm beyond happy about it. They saw what they needed to do. Obafemi beat Brock Lesnar, dominating fashion. It was exactly what it should have been. And after the match, Brock Lesnar left his gloves and boots in the ring, seemingly is going to hang him up, going to retire. And if this is it for Brock Lesnar, um, thank you for everything. But this is what you needed to do, and I'm thankful that everybody saw that this is what needed to happen with Obafemi, and it speaks volumes of how high the company values Obafemi. If he retired Brock Lesnar when Gunther's whole gimmick, his whole flow right now is retiring wrestlers, and they let Oba retire Brock Lesnar. Um, at least we think, we don't know what that Paul Heyman favor is going to be for Gunther, but as it stands right now, Oba Femi retired Brock Lesnar. So that just speaks volumes. And on the post show, he's calling out Roman Reigns. He's talking his shit. It's going to be a wonderful 2026 for Obafemi and fans of Obafemi. Amazing, amazing, amazing. I'm so happy they made the right decision. There was good decisions and good matches, banger matches all throughout the night. Second match, the ladder match, the 6-way. Um, Penta Penta retained the title. It was a crash out contest. Shout out everybody involved in that match. Um, so many things happened. I can't even really recap it, but I think the right person won. Penta retained the title, and I think he's going to go on to keep having banger matches. Penta has been in 2026 so far has been just absolutely eating on Monday Night Raw. So I think that's going to go ahead and continue. Um, then you got Sami Zayn versus Trick Williams. The right person won. The people love Trick Williams. The future is bright. Trick Williams is a superstar, um, and this was the match it needed to be. Trick Williams won. Lil Yachty got involved a little bit, but it wasn't too off putting. But I love Trick Williams. I'm not a Sami Zayn enjoyer, so I really, really, really wanted Trick to win, and I'm happy that he did. New U.S. title, new U.S. champion. Excuse me. Then Finn Balor, the Demon Finn Balor, Dom Mysterio was exactly what it needed to be. Finn Balor had absolutely had to win this match. He won. He looked good. Dom looked good. Like this WrestleMania Night 2 was a showcase of the company and the future of the company at large, and everybody showed up and showed out. Finn Balor got that win, and that was a good match. Jade Cargill and Rhea Ripley. Um, Rhea Ripley won. I was not surprised, but I did pick Jade to win. Rhea Ripley is a superstar, and she's, her as champion is always going to work. People stepping up to her um, as challengers to the title is always going to work. Rhea Ripley is that main event superstar in the women's division. But I want to take this time to appreciate what Jade Cargill did in this match. Jade Cargill, that was the best match I've ever seen her have. She's improved greatly. She's been in the lab. She's been working. She's a super athlete. We know she is a superstar of the highest order, on television, and she's presented as such. But she had an unbelievable match. But I'm gonna nerd out here for a second. They had Jade Cargill do a one-winged angel, and they had Rhea Ripley kick out of said one-winged angel. And if you're watching this and you're unfamiliar about what the one-winged angel is, it was the move. Jade Cargill had Rhea Ripley up on her shoulders in the electric chair position and brought her down and slammed her. Again, this is, if you just watch WWE, you're not going to know what I'm talking about. If you partake in watching AEW, if you partake in watching New Japan Pro Wrestling, you're going to understand my gripe. So that is Kenny Omega's finishing maneuver, and that's cool. A lot of people outside of WWE, they have cool moves, they have cool finishers. Dragon Leap stole Naito's whole move set. So that's whatever. But this move in particular. Now, so let me be transparent. My favorite two wrestlers on the planet are Roman Reigns and Kenny Omega. So I've been following Kenny Omega since 2015. This move in particular, his finishing move, the one-winged angel, is by far the most protected move in the industry. As far as I know, and I haven't been watching AEW religiously, but as far as I know, still the only one person to kick out of the one-winged angel is Kota Ibushi. And again, we're talking about WrestleMania, so I'm not going to get into the ins and outs of who Kota Ibushi is and the story and why that's so integral, but there's only one person to kick out of that move, and it's him, and there's specific reasons why. To have Jade Cargill do it, I mean, it was cool. I popped, I yelled, I screamed, but it was shocking to see. I just not Kenny Omega. You can do any other move, but the most protected move that we might have in the industry. And again, I'm not mad at it. I'm just like, wow, that's really interesting. I know you guys hate AEW and hate Tony Khan and hate everything that's going on over there, but don't do that again. Shout out to Jade, but don't do that shit again. But yeah, Rhea Ripley won that, and then the main event of WrestleMania Night 2, Roman Reigns, CM Punk. My goodness. I don't care what Dave Meltzer says. That's a 5-star match, 5.5. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. I'm doing this after I watched it. I could be prisoner of the moment, but that may be the best WWE match I've ever seen. Um, and it's up there. It's up there with the best matches I've ever seen. Again, I'm not gonna nerd out too much, but you know, my favorite, my top three matches of all time are the Kenny Omega versus Okada matches. The first three, or the first two and the fourth. Um, so those are my favorite matches. But this Punk and Roman match is right there for me. And I never thought I would say that about a WWE match. Never thought I would honestly say that about a Roman Reigns match. Um, this has to be the best match that he's ever done. Um, and you know, Punk has some bangers. So that John Cena Money in the Bank match, the Shawn Michaels match, there's Punk matches that have been classics. But I've never seen a Roman match quite this good. And again, I could be prisoner in the moment, but I don't feel like I am. This was incredible. There's hatred, there's passion, there's toughness, there's strength, there like everything you could possibly want in a main event match in WWE, you got here. And for me, the right person came out on top. Roman Reigns is the number one guy in the business. He's the number one star. He's the biggest star. He's the box office main attraction, and he should be the guy still. And that's not taking away anything from CM Punk. CM Punk brought his half and then some. It was that was his best match since returning to WWE. That was his best match since he had good matches in AEW, but were any of them on this level? And again, I could stand corrected. I don't remember, you know, everything he did in AEW, but my goodness, this was incredible. This was spectacle. This was cinema. And they really saved themselves. I'm talking about WWE. They saved themselves with this night too, because after night one, it was looking shaky. It was looking shaky. They were on shaky ground. People were mad at the lengths of the matches. People were mad at the quality of the matches. People were mad at the main event because it didn't, you know, that finish, everything didn't really make sense. I mean, Cody Rhodes won. Cool. Not mad at that really. But Pat McAfee running down in a referee shirt, was that pin gonna count? It shouldn't have. Who cares? And then Randy RKOing Pat McAfee, and then punting Cody after he lost. Like where does this go? I'm confused on where that goes. But night one was night one. It was not a fun way to spend 4 hours. Today, night two was an extremely fun way to spend about 3.5 hours. I'm third. I got my money's worth on the ESPN subscription from Oba and Brock. I was good after that. And I was extra good after Trick Williams. And this cherry on top, I'm good. I'm good for WWE for a good amount of time. Like I hope they see how much people hated night one and how much people are gonna love night two and do the stuff that they did in night two. Give the matches time, let the performers perform, pick the right winners, let the people that have momentum continue to carry that momentum. I mean, how many times have we seen somebody like LA Knight have the full support of the crowd and just not win? How many times? I mean, I don't like Sami Zayn, but people like Sami Zayn. How many times have we seen somebody like Sami Zayn have momentum and they cut him off? Somebody like Kevin Owens have momentum and cut him off. They finally didn't cut off Obafemi and Trick Williams. Trick Williams is right where he needs to be to learn and grow and continue to get better. Obafemi is skyrocketing to the top of this company, and I didn't see it coming. Not to this level this quickly. He's amazing. He's unbelievable. Literally, we haven't seen this since Brock Lesnar in 02. Like I just love Obafemi, man. Like I love Obafemi. You cannot not love Obafemi. It's impossible. And especially after the promo that he cut on Monday night, he's the one. He's the one, bro. He's the one. He that whenever it's Obafemi versus Roman Reigns, whenever it is, wherever it is, I might need to be there. We know how the ticket prices are going. We know what gas prices are like. We know everything is expensive, but it might not matter. I might need to be in the building for whenever Roman Reigns and Obafemi have a match. My most anticipated match for Roman Reigns was whenever they get Roman and Jacob Fatu on the same channel. That was going to be my number one thing that I was waiting for, but I don't care now. Roman Reigns, Obafemi, as soon as possible. Do it. And I have followed my tribal chief forever. Since I wasn't watching when the Shield debuted in 2012, I came back to wrestling 2013. But I caught on quickly. My tribal chief has always been in my heart. But if he goes up against Obafemi, that's all I gotta say. Thank you for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the second screen. Yeah, man. Thanks for being here. And night 2, man. That was a classic. Cinema.